Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Check Your Minimap podcast. I'm your host, Threshold Breaker, but you can call me THB, and I'm joined by Ansem and Oda. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Yo,
Unfortunately, Blackout could not make it for this podcast, but today we'll be talking about all things Battlefield Hardline Pre-Order. Specifically, does it make sense to pre-order this game? Will there be any microtransactions? The standard edition of Battlefield Hardline? Is the deluxe edition worth it? Is the Ultimate Edition worth it? And is the Premium Edition worth it? So let's kind of roll into this next subject, guys. Does it make sense, based upon what you guys have seen in beta, trailers for the game, and news articles for the game, to pre-order it?
I'm always the one that's cautious. Don't pre-order. Wait for the game to come out. After 2014's broken games always being broken when they came out.
For me, it's like when it comes to pre-ordering any game, it's like, how do you want it or not? I mean, there really isn't a consequence to pre-ordering, because the pre-order for, like, say, the standard edition is $59, well, $59.99, and if you don't pre-order, it's still going to be $59.99. It's not like you're paying extra for the pre-order. And for us PC players, I mean, we have the benefit of, the preload, which is something I like.
Yeah, because of the bad launch of Battlefield 4, and I pre-ordered, I got the $120 version, the deluxe edition and premium edition at the time, because they didn't have a package deal. I'm kind of shunned by that. I want to pre-order. I'm trying to convince myself to pre-order, but I don't know if I'm really, really sold on it just yet. I mean, I love the beta. The game is great. I didn't crash once when I was playing the beta. Also, the trailers are, Michael Bayish with explosions every 5 seconds. So it's probably going to sell the younger people on it. And I mean, I'm just happy with how much news and information we've been given on the game prior to the game actually coming out.
Yeah, it's always a good thing when the developers are, staying on track. And I think that's a lesson, even though Visceral's a completely different developer, and I think DICE is kind of looking over their shoulder, kind of helping them a bit, because the DICE emblem is on the Hardline cover. But I think they kind of took the lessons that DICE learned with BF4, with being a complete just mess when it came out. And I'm hoping this doesn't happen with Hardline, and I don't think it will, because the beta was really good in my opinion. But we'll just have to wait and see on day zero when it launches.
Yeah, I mean, name the last beta that you played from a AAA title, and this is no reflection on AAA titles, but that didn't crash on you.
Yeah, I don't actually know if Evolved ever crashed on me. It might have.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying it's probably, to Anzem's point, the year of 2014, I know we're in 2015 right now, was not exactly a great gaming year. There was a lot of stuff that went out the door that shouldn't have.
Well, another thing with just technology and anything electronic these days is, one of my friends like to say, never buy anything the day it comes out, because there's going to be day zero issues, and that's almost kind of true, and I don't know if you can ever really avoid that. But I'm just hoping, like, the day zero issues aren't like BF4. I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah. You mean, like, don't buy the GTX 970? Is that what you're saying? Company will remain nameless?
Damn, guys.
Dang. Shots fired.
Shots fired. All right, let's gotta roll into the next thing here. The Veterans Package. Like, if you own Battlefield Bad Company 2, if you've owned Battlefield 3, if you've owned Battlefield 4, do you guys think it's enough? We're veterans of the series? I mean, that's probably, at least the span of 8 years? At least, of games.
Well, I mean, what actually constitutes just being a veteran? Is it based on how, like, a certain number of Battlefield games? Or is it like, okay, you've owned a Battlefield game in the past, you're instantly a veteran?
That is exactly actually what it is. If you have ever owned a Battlefield game and it is linked to the current profile you use on it, so like if you look at your battle log and you go to your main profile and you have more than one person on there, like I've got Bad Company 2, I've got Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and now I have a Hardline beta version, that automatically makes me a veteran because I have owned a previous game. I don't think the Battlefield Hardline beta will make you a veteran. If you played it, I don't know that one for sure, but as long as you have owned a game in the past, Battlefield, you are a veteran, as far as they have stated so far.
Well, according to the Veteran Battle Pack description I just pulled up now, it says if you own Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, or 4, you'll automatically get the Veterans Battle Pack. And let's see, you get an exclusive in-game Veterans patch, a 200% objective boost, a 200% team play boost, and that appears to be it. And honestly, I really don't know what else they could give veterans besides little stuff like that. I know earlier today I mentioned, well, maybe if they gave veterans a unique skin in the game, not just like a camo, but instead of looking like a cop or a criminal, you would say be dressed up in all, the soldier gear to say like, hey, he's a Battlefield veteran, and it's something that, everyone can kind of see. But in terms of other things they could give the veterans, I'm really not sure.
Yeah, I mean, originally I said yes, but, like looking back at the overall package, for as big as the series of Battlefield is. In my feeling, they could have done more. Like if you're an owner of all three titles, right? Should you have gotten, not a cooler weapon, not necessarily statistically better, but like something that's really cool and neat to have, that you're like, oh yeah, I'm a veteran. I have, I don't know, M1 Garand.
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking that, because wasn't that the case in Bad Company 2? If you
Yes.
owned, that'd be kind of neat. I mean, I don't know if I'd want M1 Garand in Hardline, but maybe the G3A3 or the AN94, one of a gun from BF3 that people are missing in BF4. That'd be pretty cool, I guess. But I mean, if you do put out a veteran gun like that, it needs to not be like overpowered. It needs to be, pretty decent, but not horrible.
Yeah, and the other thing I just wanted to touch on was that the patch, they're deeming it as a patch. I would assume that it's going to be used as an emblem on your Battlefield Hardline character. It's got the skyline wrapped around the patch, then it's got the Battlefield, kind of steelish looking color. It doesn't really, if you're a veteran, doesn't really predate Battlefield Hardline. It doesn't symbolize really the Battlefield series. It symbolizes the new series. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's not a throwback.
The old veteran patch, which wasn't a patch, it was a dog tag in Battlefield 4, it's beaten, it's tarnished, it's scratched, it looks old, it looks worn. It makes it so that it looks like a veteran's tag, because veteran tags are not clean and shiny. They are tarnished, and they've been through some shit just like the guys. As far as the patch goes, I don't really see it as something that signifies the time you spent in the series. Well, yes, it is now cops and robbers. That doesn't mean that cops aren't veterans. There are plenty of cops that are veterans. They wear their tags even while they're on duty. You could still give us a patch in the shape of a dog tag or some other way to signify something that actually means what the Battlefield series has been like up to this point.
Another thing too is, I mean, I think maybe Visceral's assuming a lot of the veterans will use the patch. I mean, I probably won't. I'll probably choose something that's kind of funny, but then again, I don't know if it's going to be the right patch or the left patch. But in terms of other stuff they could give us, I guess maybe a very unique weapon skin that's kind of, I don't know, really cool but not crazy. I'm probably gonna be rocking the metallic skins mostly, because I really want the gold AK. But
you want to be Rambo?
Yeah, it's just kind of weird because the veterans definitely should get something, but at the same time, it's like you kind of have to be careful, but you don't want to give them nothing. I mean, look at what the Battlefield 4 veteran pack was. What was it? It was like the 3x scope for the 1911 and the ACB 90, and I think an XP boost.
Right. I mean, I think the thing that they flirt with the most is, and I mean the developers, is what can we give the players that's not going to make it an overpowered thing, an overpowered item. And I think I really do think that's what they flirt with. They're like, to what I was saying, if you give them a gun, oh, well, we have to balance that now. We're giving them a veteran weapon. But I like where you're going with the veteran skin idea, because if at all possible, it could be a really cool veteran camo for your caricature, or for your weapon, or for your airplane, your boat, your car, whatever. Helicopter in this case.
And back to bringing talking about the M1 Garand. One thing they actually could do is bring back for veterans almost a weapon for an old school weapon for each, I don't know, class. Bring back the G3. Bring back another an old school rocket launcher from BF2 or something like that to replace the RPG, but functions exactly the same. Just neat little things like that as a throwback to the old games, but without changing the gameplay too much.
It could be like a funny field perk. You could find that in Dust Bowl. I could see me finding a busted up rocket launcher in Dust Bowl.
I can agree with all this, but at the same time, I still think that not giving an actual weapon, a regular weapon, I personally think maybe the Enforcer should actually be the one that gets it. He should get a little loving, because he kind of has a little problems. I think he was probably the least used one out of the beta, but I don't know. I haven't actually looked at any statistics, but I was thinking that if they bought the M1 Garand back and they gave it as a battle rifle, basically, it's still, semi-automatic, but then they could turn around, do that for the criminals, and give one of the original rifles that the police used to use back in the 50s, and it'd just be a homage to old cops and a homage to the veterans at the same time.
The Thompson?
Maybe the Thompson. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
the Thompson and the M1
say.
Garand were both in Bad Company 2, and they both were used heavily because they were very good guns, but at the same time, the Thompson was a little powerful, but the M1 Garand was not stupidly powerful. It was a skill cannon. You could totally make people just rage if you used it properly, but you could never get up close and personal, or you would die because of the high fire rate of other guns.
At the end of the day, though, I mean, they really don't have to give veterans anything. I mean, I guess we should be thankful we're getting something, but it would be nice to be like, oh yeah, this is great.
Well, getting to what we were kind of touching upon, we're dancing around it a little bit, but the 200% objective and the team play experience boosts, it's a nice feature, right? But I frequently unlock those things in beta, and I don't know if they've toned down the percentage to unlock like 200% XP boosts. I kind of feel like that's awesome, but once we kind of go into all the additions, like the versions of the games that are going to be released for Hardline, it's going to kind of not be valid. It's just going to be like kind of icing on the cake. You don't really need it anymore because you have all these things available to you.
It actually took me forever to figure out how to even use the boosts in Hardline.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's a good system. You just have to like make sure you're applying them to you can actually apply them, I think, class specifically.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I remember it was kind of weird, and I was looking at all the different kinds of boosts, and it was just kind of overwhelmed. But I personally would prefer just the standard boost, the boost system in BF4, where it's just you apply a boost, that's it. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I think with that, what they're trying to do is, team play experience boost, and the objective is that obviously if you PTFO, you get more points with the boost on versus like, just going out and getting frags and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think I agree with where you're trying to get at, that basically the 200% boosts are great. Thanks for, thinking of the veterans and giving us a thing, but it's kind of like you use it and then it's done. That's the end of the shelf life of this thing. You get one use, and then you get one more use. It gives you two different 200% boosts, and they're 30 minutes long, so I got an hour of pat on the back, and then after that, what did they give me again?
I think what we're all looking for is something that's a little bit more permanent throughout our experience of Battlefield Hardline as a veteran of the Battlefield series.
Yeah, so really at the end of the day, the only really permanent thing is the veterans patch, and that's if you actually use it, which I guess would be the same for a weapon, but it's, I don't feel like many people are going to be rocking that patch.
Yeah, it's not bad to look at. It's a nice looking piece of artwork. It just doesn't really symbolize the pre-existing series. Let's go into the next topic that I was thinking about was microtransactions, right? The big question I have here, is there a need for them in this game? And as it stands now, there's quite a lot you can do that doesn't warrant the need for purchasing of extra battle packs with real money. For example, you can buy battle packs with in-game money, you can trade items, and you can sell additional attachments and camos to increase your money.
I don't even think microtransactions will show up if they're going with that the in-game money system. I mean, it is EA that's producing the game, so I mean, at the end, I won't be surprised if there are microtransactions for battle packs. Even if there are, I mean, I honestly don't care. I've never bought battle packs. I never will. I did buy Slim Jims though during the Slim Jim promotion to get some battle packs, but that was it. That was a one-time thing, and then I was sick of Slim Jims.
I'd give it 3 to 4 months before there's actually the shortcut packages and the battle packs.
Yeah, that's probably true because those always come out a little late. So when new players get the game, they don't have to, play catch up, because that is one of the things about Battlefield. When you come in a couple months late and everyone's got all these attachments and stuff for their vehicle, and you're just like, oh, all I have is a weapon with iron sights.
But to be fair, and obviously they changed the time to kill in the game, from what I've heard, the weapons that you get when you start out are quite good. So I mean, the starting weaponry isn't that bad.
No, all the starting weaponry is very well balanced and very tailored to each individual class, is how it felt when I played the beta. I mean, really, I truly felt that they balanced it, because even after I unlocked the M16, and that thing's a laser cannon, and I'm assuming they fixed that already by now. But when I didn't have the M16 on the criminal side, I had to play with the starting out gun, and I still could use it. It still was fine. It still worked just as great. It's just not a laser beam over range. It's a little bit more up close. But that's fine. That's all right. You need an incentive to buy up the next guns.
I think what they stopped the M416 was after the 15th shot or something like that, it stopped hiking. The muzzle stopped hiking up vertically. So I think they still need to fix it. The deviation isn't where it should be, from my understanding.
Yeah, I heard there was a very similar problem like that. I believe they took care of it. I don't know for sure. But I also heard that they moved the M16 over to the criminal side, which is a little hard to wrap your head around, but it is basically the only serious competitor to the M16.
Mm-hmm. You mean the 416?
Yeah, that's it. Sorry. He means the 416 is on the criminal side, and the M16A3 is on the cop side. Where in the beta, both of them were only on the cop side.
Well, I mean, you could always eventually get the weapon license too.
Yeah,
to use
that's what I was just
going to say. And that was such a pain. Even though I got really used to the AK and I started just destroying people as soon, the M16 and the 416, it was just ridiculous. The tears you could go on with that weapon.
It was like you're back playing Call of Duty all over again.
That's exactly what it felt like. I remember
It was
this
so much like Call of Duty.
This one battle. What's that point? I can't remember the point. It was on Dust Bowl, the one next to that little radio tower.
Bravo.
I remember just running back and forth, just gunning down groups of 2 or 3 people at a time, sprinting around. Like, oh my god, I'm playing Call of Duty. This is exactly what it feels like. This is way too easy.
Well, it brought back my Twitch shooter days, man. When I used to play Call of Duty when I was younger, I was like, "Oh, that guy's dead. That guy's dead. That guy's dead. That guy's dead." No question. It was like, you're playing an old arcade shooter. It's like the guy's by the window, the guy's behind the car, the guy's behind the column next to the bank.
Yeah, I think, and I bet you guys had the same experience. The only time you die is when you run out of bullets.
That happened to me. People don't like dropping their sack. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's nice that you can just rip their sack off of them.
Yep, there you go. That's a good point, too.
As long as they have it attached. If they have the ammo pack and have not dropped it, you may get ammo. If they do not have it equipped, you may not come up and get ammo from that character. I ran into several guys that were running gas mask and riot shield on heist, so I couldn't get any ammo because they didn't have any to take from them, let alone beg them to drop a case.
But they were still Billy Badass, so you can't really complain.
Well, no, they camped the inside of things, so they were doing their job. It was just like, I'm running out of ammo, and then I died. And I'm like, okay, now I got all the ammo I need.
But, I mean, I think to your point, though, there is a significant difference to how long you stay alive in Hardline compared to how long you stay alive in Battlefield.
Oh, yeah, no. If you're not situationally aware, if you are not looking at your mini-map, if you are not making sure somebody is not flanking behind you, it's the next second that you're going to be looking at the spawn screen.
Yep. I'm gonna roll into the standard edition here. This comes down to if you really want the game or not. Obviously, we've determined, I'm on the fence a little bit, but I will most likely get Hardline. I think it's worth the $60. If you pre-order it, you get the Versatility Battle Pack, which is you get the ACWR, an Experience Boost, and a Camo. You get 3 Gold Battle Packs, and you get the Veterans Battle Pack, which we just talked about.
That's if you are a veteran, though. If you're not a Battlefield veteran, you will not get the Veterans Battle Pack.
That's correct. That's if you'll get the Veterans Battle Pack if you have previously owned Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, or Battlefield 4.
I would also like to point out that we're not trying to sell anyone, hey, pre-order. I mean, it's completely up to you.
No, it's entirely up to you guys listening to this. Make your own decisions.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and go with the GameStop edition next, because it is also $59.99, the $60 mark basically. But speaking of that, Xbox One disc list for some reason is $60 even. You have to pay an extra penny if you're on Xbox One and you don't want a disc. I don't know why they did it, but they did. You get the Battlefield Hardline, the Versatility Battle Pack, Precision Battle Pack. Unlike the standard, you do get an extra one of those guns. This one is the L85. And you get 1 gold battle pack every week for 3 weeks. So 3 battle packs, and you have to wait a week in between each.
What's in the Versatility Battle Pack?
The ACWR.
Okay, and the suppressions, the H car or whatever that other one is?
The CAR 556.
Oh, okay.
Previously known as the Ace 23. That stupid gun from Battlefield 4.
Oh.
So it's the Galil.
Yeah, it's probably the Galil version, yeah.
Well, here, let me read you the descriptions really quick. All right, so let's start with the versatility. We have the Adaptive Combat Weapon - Rifle. Redundant, but okay. It is a lightweight modular rifle platform that features a short-stroke gas system. The ACWR is useful in wide arrangement of engagements, making it a highly versatile rifle. The precision one we have is the British-made L85A2. It is a bullpup design, meaning the magazine is located behind the trigger and instead of the front like most rifles that we have in America. This makes the weapon harder to reload, but the benefit is increased controllability and added weapons length. It basically means that you don't wobble side to side as much. You can snipe downrange with this rifle better. Then we have the Suppression Battle Pack. The design of the CAR 556 borrows from the AK-47 with the modified gas diversion system to help mitigate recoil. It also has a larger magazine than many other rifles, giving it a slight advantage in the bullet department.
If you actually read the Suppression Battle Pack description on the Origin website that lists all the pre-orders, under Suppression Battle Pack it says, never run out of ammo again. Okay, we exaggerate, but this assault rifle has the largest magazine capacity.
It does have.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Let's just really quick grab what little stats we have on the guns. ACWR is 30 plus 1 in the chamber, or 40 plus 1 in the chamber if you get the extended mag. 750 RPM has the single 3-round burst and the full auto. L85 is 30 with 1 in the chamber, 40 with 1 in the chamber if you have extended mag. The RPM is 650. Same modes as ACWR. The CAR 556, though, has only 40 and 1 in the chamber. We don't know if it's because it has extended mags permanently attached, or if it just doesn't have extended mags and you can put something else in that slot. The RPM is 700 and it does not have single fire. It only has 3-round burst or full auto.
So it sounds like they slowed both the ACR and the L85 down from BF4.
Oh yeah, no. The ACWR and the L85 are dumbed down just a little bit, because if you put the ACWR from Battlefield 4 into Hardline, you're killing people before they even know it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So I feel like we should probably talk about the deluxe edition.
All right. So the cost of the deluxe edition, guys, as you know or may not know, is $70 before tax, US dollars. For an extra $10, you're upgrading from the standard edition to the deluxe edition. You get the standard edition of the game. You get the versatility battle pack, which we now know gives you the ACWR, the experience boost, and a camo. The precision battle pack, which gives you the L85A2, an experience boost, and a camo. The suppression battle pack, which gives you the CAR 556 experience boost and a camo. And now you get 10 gold battle packs, which gives you randomized loot. It's a huge variety of possible weaponry, gear, customization options. And if you happen to be a veteran of the Battlefield series, you get the veteran battle pack, which means you have to own Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, or Battlefield 4. Now, a lot of the time, from what I see, myself included, that's the edition that I go for, usually.
That I mean, same here. That's probably, I mean, I'm gonna end up getting Ultimate Edition, but yeah, I mean, I don't really see a reason why you wouldn't. If you were to pre-order, I don't see why you would go for the standard over the digital deluxe, because with the digital deluxe, you do get all 3 of the those weapon battle packs instead of just the one. But I guess if you really don't care, then I guess it doesn't matter. But at the same time, I don't know yet. I don't know if anyone knows yet if those 2 other battle pack weapons are even going to be unlockable in the game through some other means.
It hasn't. I don't think that's been released yet, whether they will be or they won't be.
Yeah, I know that a lot of the more famous people that are on YouTube, and I'm not going to be dropping names, you all know who super famous on YouTube, have asked developers, and to my knowledge, even they do not know if these will be unlockable at all without pre-order, which is kind of crazy to me.
I honestly hope they are unlockable for people who don't decide to pre-order, but at the same time, it is a business move by EA, because I guarantee they're the ones dictating that.
Most likely. And I mean, I'm not screaming that you have to. I mean, I think it's slightly unfair. I would be happy if they put the guns in, but they made them stupid expensive just to justify giving the battle packs out. I mean, if these guns were $100,000 each, while that is super ridiculously expensive, it is an obtainable amount of money in the game. You're just going to have to grind for like a week to get it.
Well, or you sell the stuff, your attachments or your camos, and you get it really quickly.
At the end of the day, I mean, the customer's going to have to decide, like, if he wants to shell out the extra $10 for the digital deluxe to get all 3. To me, it's worth it. But again, I'm going for the Ultimate Edition, so I'm going to be spending a lot more money.
Yeah, I think the reason why I originally bought the digital deluxe edition was because on release of Battlefield 4, which we all know how that went, that type of edition, the Ultimate Edition, was not available. Premium was sold separately from Digital Deluxe Edition.
Didn't I also hear that there were some serious problems, like actually redeeming the fact that you had bought premium? People bought premium, but it wasn't being applied to their account, so they weren't getting the benefits. They had to call DICE and be like, hey guys, fix my shit.
I'm pretty sure that happened. I mean, I can't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. There was that with, a billion other problems happened during launch.
As for the Ultimate Edition of the game, you get, all the same, stuff. Basically, you get Digital Deluxe plus Premium. The Ultimate Edition is a staggering $119.98, so, $120. But if you were to buy Digital Deluxe, which is $70, and then you bought Premium by itself, which is $50, it's also $120. So buying the Ultimate Edition, it's like you're just getting Premium and Deluxe in one transaction instead of paying 2 separate transactions.
Yeah, but you're getting the standard game, the Digital Deluxe, featurettes, and you're calling it the Ultimate Edition essentially.
Yeah,
Plus
there's-
premium,
There's
plus
no
premium,
extra. It's
excuse
just
me.
premiums just thrown in there.
Yeah,
I
premiums.
I really wish Ultimate Edition was maybe like at least $5 cheaper, than if you were to buy Digital Deluxe and Premium. But it's 1 or 2 cents cheaper.
Yeah, I agree. It should be anywhere between $5 and $10 cheaper because, I mean, granted, yes, you are getting extreme bang for your buck, but at the same time, it's like, well, I always run, the middle ground on the incentive is that you're paying more to get more. However, shouldn't as a customer you take a little bit off the top, so to speak? You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's what most people that have a product to sell do that. Your cost of producing your item costs so much. If you incentivize the customer, you're guaranteeing more customers will buy this. If they take $5 off, everybody is going to be like, I don't know if I really want premium, but if I could get it for $5 off, I might as well do it now
Right.
than him and haw right now and then have to pay that extra $5 later if I decide to get it.
Oh, now another thing we should probably talk about is just the premium membership itself. From what it looks like, it's going to work like BF4s. There's 4 expansions. You get to play them 2 weeks early, like you do in Battlefield 4. And you also get 12 bonus battle packs. I'm guessing you're not going to get them all at once. Like how they had the premium schedule in BF4 is probably going to work like that. It also says, let's see what else, like we get exclusive gear and more. So it's probably just going to be like, instead of exclusive dog tags, we can get exclusive patches and camos. Premium really hasn't changed a whole lot. It's the same thing. If you want it, buy it. If you don't, then don't.
Hold on now. You're forgetting a couple pieces, though. All right, so masks. These are one of the new premium things, and they are quite controversial. The internet actually exploded for a little while when those made their release. You get a fox mask and a dinosaur mask that looks an awful lot like a raptor from Jurassic Park, the first movie, not the colorful rainbowy versions later on. These take up one of your inventory slots. You have to give up a gadget to use these, which means that you're going to be hindered on the battlefield, but you get to look really ridiculous while you're killing somebody. The second thing that you get is the gun bench. Provides players the ability to virtually customize their weapons and track their kills per weapon. From what I understand, this is supposed to be very similar to CSGO stat track weapons. I don't know if it's actually a module on the gun or if it's something that you can look at in your customization menu. But we are supposed to be getting basically stat track, which I think is kind of cool because it hopefully is in the game and you can actually look at it in the game so that you can check your kills as you're going. If you're trying to get that perfect 300 kills and then buy the weapons license, you don't have to, get 5 extra kills if you don't want to, etc.
Yeah, the big one that I have a problem with is competitive play. I don't think it should solely be a part of premium. I think that there's plenty of people who buy the standard edition of the game that would like to be involved in competitive play. I understand that possibly the developers were leaning towards the idea that people who buy premium are more of the hardcore players. Could that be maybe their justification for doing that? I don't know what you guys think about that.
I'm actually not aware of this competitive thing you guys are talking about. Is there like some sort of, you can't be in competitive unless you're a premium member? Or
Yeah.
are they going to have like special premium competitive events?
No, it's straight up. It's premium access only. If you do not have premium, you don't get to do the competitive play feature. That's all there is. If some company does some sort of tournament outside of Hardline, then yes, you can go be a part of that. But Hardline's competitive play, they have tiers, they have tournaments, they have ladders to play in, they have all of this stuff already built right into the game. And if you don't buy premium, you can't play.
Yeah, I just don't agree with that. I think you're
it's just
not
another business
increasing your player
decision.
base. It's a business decision, but I think it's hurting your player base. Not everybody can afford a $120 package. I mean, give me a break. That's ridiculous.
I actually did forget about the masks. Well, I kind of remembered them, but I did not know they took up a gadget slot.
But they're also supposed to have a unique feature to them, correct?
They haven't really said anything. I've been trying to check out, I did the research for this, and I still couldn't find anything really about the masks other than that they take up a gadget slot, they make you look funny while you're killing somebody, and they put you at a disadvantage.
I mean, if there's like a knife animation where I can bite someone's head with the mask, that'd be sweet.
That'd be cool. That'd be pretty funny. The legendary status, this is something that's been in Battlefield franchise for a while now. It's basically allowing you to go through the progression ladder again, basically resetting your stats and starting over.
So it's prestige mode from Call of Duty.
It's very similar.
Yeah, sure.
But to my understanding, legendary status was supposed to separate itself from the reset your stats by not resetting your stats. It basically just lets you play the entire stat progression all over again with your current stats.
Run that by me again.
Okay, so you go through and you kill a bunch of guys and you unlock all your guns and you do all these things. And you're like, okay, I'm going to do the legendary status now. Instead of in your stats, like you have 5,000 kills, instead of setting that back to 0 so that you can go and unlock all the guns again, it just takes all your unlocks away and lets you continue. So it's 5,001, 5,002 when you start killing again with the very beginning all over again.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, so really the last subtopic I wanted to touch on was the perks of Battlefield Hardline Premium. We all know that you're going to get the guaranteed 4 DLCs that are coming. The first one is Criminal Activity. That's available the summer of 2015. These maps have a lot of destruction. You can bet they're going to have fast-paced, crime jobs in them. Now, I don't know exactly what the crime jobs are. Did you guys by chance find any information on that?
No, they were tight as a drum. I mean, it makes me almost think that it might be something along the lines of like individual missions to do, but I couldn't find anything on it really.
Objective-based, progression?
Sort of. Like, I think that maybe it might be rush style. At the same time, it also just could be that you go play these maps and you try to do these things, and the entire play base is supposed to hook into that one until they get it done.
I don't think it's rush style because I think the robbery DLC is going to be rush style. I think this is probably along the lines of maybe a Blit and domination gameplay.
Very well could be. I tried really hard. I spent a few hours trying to find these other pieces and I couldn't get anything.
Okay. The next DLC that's coming out in the summer as well is Battlefield Hardline Robbery, it's going to be called. It's progression through key locations, which is a lot of cinematic action. So this is what I thought in my head to be rush game modes.
Yeah. The next one's the one I'm really looking forward to.
The Getaway, basically Hotwire on steroids. High speed, high adrenaline maps immersing the player in the heist. So, I mean, I'm kind of crossed on that. Like, I don't know. Is it heist? Is it Hotwire? Is it both?
I think it's going to be both. And I think that's going to be the most chaotic game. And that's the ones I love.
Oh, so it might be Blood Money. That's what it might be.
I love Blood Money. I was so sad it wasn't in the beta.
It might be Blood Money. That's what I'm thinking it is. Because technically Blood Money, Blood Money, you have 2 points to fill up your trucks full of money, and you have a drop off where there's, at least in downtown, the truck is flipped over. Basically, you take the loot and you try to extract it to different points. Your point having, whoever fills up the truck with money first wins, essentially. And you can also steal from the enemy team's truck and try to fill up your truck faster.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to incorporate the car version, because this Getaway is going to be all about being in cars and moving fast. From what I found them talking about it just a little bit, and I think I even saw some gameplay of it, but I can't say for sure, so I'm not going to quote it.
Right. There is also the Getaway, which is not the Getaway, the Betrayal DLC, which is coming out in early winter. By the way, the Getaway is available in the fall. Betrayal is available early winter of 2016. So the description on this was really interesting. Is there's a rat in every operation. Players will have to learn who to trust. Now, in my mind, I don't know about you guys, but this reminds me of Garry's Mod mode, Murder, where one of you is the murderer and the other person's the bystander. And you go around and the murderer has to go around and basically knocking off everyone without being detected. And, I wonder if these maps are going to have operating the same kind of principles. Not necessarily like the guy's a murderer and, obviously you're going to have weaponry.
Gotta wait and find out.
The one I'm looking forward to next to the Getaway. I just want to know what it is. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not going to tell us too much more on the information about the DLCs.
Nope, they're big fat teases.
In due time. I just want to say at the end of the day, when it comes to whatever edition the individual chooses, if they choose to get Hardline at all, I mean, pre-ordering and even buying premium is, completely up to you. But like I've said, I think twice already, I'm getting Ultimate Edition because at the end of the day, I had a blast in both the Hardline Alpha and Beta. So to me, it's worth it. But by no means do you have to pre-order. Do you have to buy a certain edition or even premium? Just, did you like the game? Did you enjoy it? And how much are you willing to pay to have that fun again?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a fair statement. Ansem, your closing statement.
I really don't want to play into their hype. I really don't want to have to do the pre-order thing because it feels like I have to. If I want these guns, I have to pre-order. I mean, I'm going to buy the game and I'm going to buy premium because I bought it for Battlefield 4 and I bought it for Battlefield 3. It's my franchise. This is what I play. I play it with you guys. I have a ton of fun. I just hate the fact that I feel like I have to go out and buy the Ultimate Edition. I can't just go buy with the Deluxe and the Premium once it comes out. I can't just take my time. I can't just buy the game, play the first little one, and then when Premium really starts, I can just be like, all right, I'll go spend the money now because I actually have it. I feel like I have to, save up and buy the 120 right off the bat. Gotta get it done right now. And I don't like feeling that from companies who had such a terrible release on their last game. No, give me a little incentive, make me a little happy with you because you guys broke my Battlefield 4.
And our hearts.
And our dreams. I will probably, because I know I'm going to end up wanting to buy Premium, going to wind up leaning towards Digital Deluxe. But I will agree, as a player, buy what you want to play in the end. If you want to stick with Standard Edition, you don't have a need to play the DLCs, you only want to play the storyline, which is supposed to be very, very good this time around, go with the Standard Edition. The Deluxe Edition, if that's, if you want some of the other bells and whistles attached to it, by all means, go into it. Buy what you want and what you're comfortable with as a player. Don't make a decision based upon what we say. And I will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
See ya.